I hate, I destroyed the very ability of being able to really penetrate the essence of either. By trying to understand it, I would just crush it. But when I let go and let it be what it was, it would turn into light to show me that both sides come from the same source. I think the vision was trying to tell me to just live and be joyful and stop creating these internal wars over all the pain that is within myself and that I see all around me. Records like In the Aeroplane Over the Sea are extraordinarily difficult to talk or write about. Perhaps that's a defeatist way to start a book about people who made Aeroplane and records like it, but what Jeff took from his dream applies here too. The harder one tries to understand it, the more difficult to understand it can become. The very act of trying to understand it can destroy whatever it is that eludes us. To investigate something is to kill it, like pinning a butterfly in a shadow box, preserving the brilliance of its wings by ensuring they never flap again. Everybody listens to music, and so everybody has opinions about music, and we mostly consume it on such a visceral level that words tend to be insufficient for expressing those opinions. Our appreciation can be reflexive and instantaneous, or it can be cultivated over years of listening, but rarely is it rational. If we could express in words exactly what a piece of music does for us, we likely wouldn't need that piece of music, or music at all for that matter. Words are, at their absolute best, an approximation, regardless of what they describe. There is always a gap between signifier and signified, and so writing about the experiential frequently boils down to some prolix version of, "You had to be there." Music writing is thus not a mimetic attempt to replace the experience of listening to music, any more than the million billion poems written about love are about replicating the actual feeling of being in love. Show, don't tell, is as common a dictum as you'll find in writing classes. It would be banal if it weren't such good advice. If art has an essence, it is the act of showing rather than telling. The art that really sticks with us, though, is the art that shows by necessity rather than by choice. The work that seems at once monolithic and irreducibly complex, pieces we carry around with us as they alternately mystify and clarify, beckoning us to look deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, without any promise of a way out on the other side. That is, art endures not when it shows instead of telling, but rather when it shows what could not otherwise be told. It communicates what only it can, such that we can't really explain what we just experienced, and the only meaningful thing you can say about it is, go check it out for yourself. There's no answer key in the pages that follow, no glossary, no annotated explanation of what Jeff or anybody else meant by this or that lyric or set list or recording decision. This music, and most transcendent art really, is powerful because it is interpretive. And in celebrating and exploring that work, hard explanation would only serve to destroy it. This, ultimately, is what makes records like Aeroplane and other great Elephant Six works so difficult to talk about. Every attempt to really understand it on a more than personal level serves only to undermine its power, until that power is completely drained, and there's nothing even worth trying to understand. Everyone has their own reasons for loving it, drawn from their own unique set of experiences. To even attempt to discuss that power in a book is to universalize those experiences, to pile up the craggy raw materials of our lives and then flatten them with a steamroller. Allow me to explain what I try to do instead, because there's room for only so much. There are more than a few legitimate Elephant Six bands that get no mention at all in the pages that follow. And though I conducted more than 100 interviews for this book, there are still plenty of people whom I didn't speak with. The details of this story are infinite, and this story is merely an approximation.